Welcome to our Comic-ify prototype demo. We are super excited to share what we have been working on. So you know this boring PDFs full of text that make you want to sleep? Yeah, we all been there. But what if I told you we've got a solution to turn that boring stuff into something really cool? You pick a theme, any theme you like. Like it could be history, science, even something wild like conspiracy theories. And damn, our magic application turns the dull text and transforms it into awesome comics and stories. It's like turning homework into a comic book adventure. Gone are those days of mind numbing reading. With our application, learning becomes a thrilling journey. And hey, who said education couldn't be fun? So buckle up and get ready to see how we are flipping script on boring text. Let's make learning fun together.
So as you know, as the previous person explained, the application, this is built on Streamlit. We call it Comic-ify, and now it's the right time for us to show the demo. So you have to firstly choose a theme. We have 10 options for now, and we will be expanding it in future for sure. So Pokemon has been chosen, and now we have to upload a file. It could be either a textbook or a research article. Anything would do. So now it's being processed. So it takes a bit of time. We have to wait for it. Fast. Okay, so after a bit of time, we got the output. So we just made a custom front page to brand our whole thing, and these are the outputs generated by the GenAI application, which is running on Fast API. So the first two chunks in each row represents the text chunk generated by the Gemma model, which was fine-tuned on 52k plus data points, which was synthesized using Gemini and OpenAI. And then the images are generated by DALI 3 or DALI 2. We have the option to choose. So the prompt to feed DALI 2 and DALI 3 is generated by Gemma as well. So it's fine-tuned in such a way that it generates a prompt which would create cool images and DALI 2 and DALI 3. So now let's see the Fast API application. Let's see the workflow diagram. So as you know, to the leftmost top part, you have a lady. That's basically the user who feeds a research paper or a textbook. So now we use Python processing techniques to extract the textual context from the textbook and the research article. And then it goes to the central part where everything is binded together. Now, if you see that brainy person, that's where we used our domain knowledge and collected all the data sets. Then using GPT and Gemini, we synthesized the data into Q&A pairs. And then few examples for giving a prompt to DALI and DALI 2 and DALI 3. And with over 10k data points, which precisely is around 52k data points right now, it's being pushed to our Hugging Face repo. So it's private for now because we didn't want to release it, but you can check out our Google Drive link where we uploaded our dataset. And then those data points generated were sent to the OneAPI's Jupyter Hub, which were processed to tokens, and then those tokens were fed to the Gemini model, which basically was being fine-tuned using the algorithm low rank adaptation. So after the model was fine-tuned, in the low rank adaptation part, we used a lot of OneAPI products. So you can check our GitHub repo for more details about it. And then after the model was fine-tuned, it's deployed, and then an inference API is obtained. Then using that, we API bind everything together to get the whole application. And now the textual context which you fed is converted to chunks, which are themeified and fantasized as per the theme which you chose. And then those chunks, as well as the prompt generated for the Gemini, is sent to the prompt generated for the DALI is sent to the T2I model, text to image model. Right here we are using stable diffusion in the workflow diagram because we wanted to have it open source, but for now, for the demo purposes, we are using DALI 3 and DALI 2. So we will be updating it for the finals if we get selected. And then the generated images are converted to chunks and then statically placed in a template which we made. So we just have 2 templates for now. We will make multiple templates in future. So now let's see the Fast API documentation. You might have heard like tools, you might have heard API tools like Postman and stuff for testing, but right now Fast API Swagger UI is catching up a lot because it's very easy to use and then easy to understand and perceive as well. So as you could see, we have two APIs, both run on post method. So the first thing is for generating image. So now you can just open it. Yeah. So as you see, it takes an input with only one key, which is theme, and there you have to put in a theme like Pokemon or Doraemon and stuff that sort. So now we can go to the next API. So this one, Themify, is the chunk text content which we give. So it takes the theme, the word limit. For instance, we might want to generate an output of just 80 words or 100 words. So we have to specify that. And then the chunk content, the content which you extracted, is placed in this key and sent as a request to the server to process. As requested by the management, we have made a repo where we uploaded all our code bases and progress. So as you know, this is a README file, and that's our logo. So you can go down, and then this is what we do. We just transform boring texts to fun and interesting comic books and storybooks. So we just have our explanation what the problem statement is, our solution, which we explained in the workflow diagram. And then we just tell what Comic-ify and its features are, the themes which you choose, the PDFs which you download, and then we just like spend a lot of time on prompt engineering so that you can get the desired output as you need it. And that is a workflow diagram which was already explained. And this is the command to run the Fast API server. I mean, everything is well described, so you can try running it locally as well. That's a Fast API dashboard, Swagger UI. And then this explains where we used our Intel toolkits, like in the process of fine-tuning a model, and then creating a dev cloud, which was very efficient for us to visualize the data and then synthesize it as well using our OneAPI and OpenAI and Gemini API keys. And this is our output, our final output, where we upload a theme and then upload a research article or a textbook, and then you get images out, which in fact is a storybook or a comic book. So you can just go through our output, and then if you see the response, the chunk response, it's very realistic and interesting as well. So it covers everything from Mahabharata to Ramayana to Pokemon to Harry Potter. We just have a lot. So for future updations, if we get selected for the finals, we are planning to implement a RAG-based system to make the few shot implementation more smarter, get the appropriate examples, because right now we had an issue of overflooding the context window. So to avoid it, we might implement a RAG-based system if we are selected for the finals, and then we will make the images more aligned to the chunks given in as well.